I can see the stars align, dance around the moon every night. And now my eyes are open wide, and the sky has never looked so bright. And I don't need to see the road to believe, yeah. 'Cause this is where I'm meant to be, I believe. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, can you imagine? And I feel the magic, can you imagine? And I feel the magic, it's all around us. And I feel the magic, it's all around us. There's wonder on this winding road in front of me, yeah. 'Cause I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic, can you imagine? And I feel the magic, can you imagine? And I feel the magic, it's all around us. And I feel the
I don't know. Shall I keep singing? Can you feel the magic? It's all around us. Hi, this is Gwenda with Soul and Beyond. Welcome, everyone. Joe Flynn, great to see you this evening. Jean Hartman, Tanya Atkins and Michelle Foster. First up, first cabs out of the rank. So good to see you. Thank you. Let me see if something, I don't know, lighting, you know, it's not my gig. Being in the light, that is my gig. Now, does it want to stay there? So here we are, Monday evening, and for people who are in Queensland, when I put up, when our posts go up and I tell my girls that we're on for Soul and Beyond and we say Australian Eastern Standard Time, we know that Australia has got many different time frames, right, or timelines, whatever. Hi, Lisa. So Australian Eastern Standard Time refers to really, I think it's Tasmania, Victoria and New South Wales. So if you're outside of those time frames, hi Karen Mack, then you would have to check. And that's why I put the WA Standard Time. So you can check that against your own timeline of wherever you are in Australia or in the world. So for our Queenslanders, you are 2 hours ahead of us, which means that we would be on at 7:30 your time, 8:30 in New South Wales, Tassie and Victoria. Nicole, hi, how you going? Welcome. It is tricky with the timelines, but hey, you know, that's the construct, right? So for my overseas followers and clients, it's middle of the night or it's early morning. It's all over the shop. You've just got to find out. Are you all over the shop? How are you going today? Jackie, good evening, and heartfelt thanks for you coming in this evening. And it's a little bit interesting that you are in this evening, because when I talk to you all about the guidance I've received for tonight, I'm hoping that it's really going to be helpful to all of you, and Jackie, under your circumstances, very much so. So The song says, I don't need to see the road to believe it. Where do you sit with that? Do you need to see the road ahead? Do you need to know what's going on? Or can you let the road unfold and you flow along with it? Now, if we put that into a human experience of driving somewhere, you'd be saying, well, Gwenda, I'd want to know where I was going. So yes, I want to know where that road is going. We can add, that's lovely, thanks, Lisa. We can add anything to anything, right? It really comes down to how we want to live, being aligned to our guidance, aligned to our soul, or live being a slave to the busyness and the distraction of the construct. And it really is a choice. Everything in this world is a choice. Whether you heal or you don't heal, it's a choice. And before anyone jumps off the trolley, and I'm not talking to my beautiful people that are with me often, but other people that may have signed in and watch later, healing doesn't always happen the way you think it should. Healing doesn't always happen in this world. Sometimes it takes for the soul to be able to leave this physical body for healing to take place. So I often talk to people about hospital in heaven, the healing plane of heaven. I have been privy to being able to see what goes on in that plane of heaven. And as a former nurse, it looks to me like hospital in heaven. And what happens there is the healing of everything that has really contracted the physical body. Now, some of you will be going, but we don't take the physical body into heaven. So, why does it matter? Well, those things create energy blocks. Energy blocks in the spirit can be held over through to a next lifetime, can create some sort of difficulty for the soul. So we talk about fragmented soul. And that used to be a thing. I must admit I haven't seen a lot of writing about that these days because disappointingly, the spiritual world sneaks in all of the things from the construct and uses ways of the construct to capture attention. And all of you who know me really well, that's not my gig. I don't talk about things like the mother wound, my womb healing, all this stuff. That is stuff that captures the victim of this construct. That is not soul language, and it is not the kind of language that can lead you easily to be aligned with your soul. Dark night of the soul is another one. That's a beauty that's captured everyone. Pardon me, not everyone. That's another one that people have jumped on the bandwagon with and want to play in that pity party. For me, it's be down to earth. It's be practical. It's be real. Enough. And as you've, hi, Kelly. Hi, Ash. It's enough, as I've said before, for so many people to even get through a day in this life without worrying about, the wounds of my womb, the mother wounds, the narcissist in my life, the dark night of the soul. I'm dramatizing it because that's the way they carry on about it. But seriously, when you choose to be in alignment and you choose to hear the guidance from your soul, the guidance from your beautiful team of angels, archangels, guides, and guardians, which are your loved ones who have left this world, then there is no drama. Drama only occurs with a mind that is captured and the mind that is in control of someone's life. Now, hey, Kim Jane, don't misread into this. And that's another thing that is so important. You read let's call it a guide on living soul aligned, on connecting with your guides, with your spirits, your spirit team. And all the time that you're reading that, you're not reading it. Your attention goes to your beliefs. It goes to where you are in your path of soul alignment so far. And the mind steps in and takes over. How easy is it for you to not need to know that road and let things flow? Let things unravel and flow. Let the divine flow through you and let your own divinity step up and guide you. How easy is it to do that? Shall I give you a score out of 10 on what I reckon the answer is? No. Tanya, been too much in my mind lately. Yeah, it's common, right? It's an easy thing to do unless you live every day being present and aware in a high level of awareness of your reactions, responses, your emotions, your feelings. And the greater thing is your truthfulness, your honesty, your integrity to yourself. So many people go on this path and it's always underpinned by what others are going to think of me. It's underpinned by old patterns, habits that have been lived for a long time in your life or lives. So it's very easy to be caught back into the mind when your daily way of living is not in that higher awareness. So say somebody writes something to you or says something to you, and it brings out the child within that is yet to be fully embodied by you with love. And you will respond from the hurt part of that child. Can you have a look at the way you respond to written word, spoken word, innuendos, and see if you can feel and hear the child within? I guarantee you that's who runs the show most of the time. And when that child within is feeling under threat of hurt, disappointments that they've experienced back then that are yet to be aligned, and the child within is yet to be completely embraced and embodied by you with complete love and acceptance, then the mind will step in and the mind will distract you. Let me just have a look at your comments before they go too fast. Experiencing this drama right now, observing others struggling, suffering in layers of grief. Yeah, if only they would listen. And that, my dear Jackie, my heart goes out to you and send you lots of strength and to know. Call upon the archangels of God, call upon God himself, himself. Call upon the one to help you and remain in that observation mode. Give love, give compassion without giving and losing yourself. And it goes for all of you. Don't even know what that means, a child within. Thanks, Lisa. The child within is you. The child within is that part of you that is the child that you were, that is yet to be completely embodied and accepted by you. Because so much of what triggers us in our daily life actually comes from the child within. So it is that part of you, that version of you when you were a child. Does that make sense? Nicole magically captured Gwenda. I surrendered to my soul being in the driver's seat 12 months ago. Beautiful journey experience so far. Thanks, Nicole, and congratulations. That is awesome news. Yes, Tanya. Checking out my groceries, so I'm a bit distracted. Oh, come on, Kim Jane, you're either present or you're not. Checking out your groceries. I love your honesty. Thank you, Kim. Beautiful journey, soul aligned. Oh, yeah. Oh, good, Lisa. Yeah. Every human being that is yet to align to their soul has that child within that is yearning for acceptance, yearning for love without restrictions, conditions. And most often we don't realize that our response to situations, to what another person has written, said, done, comes from ourselves as a child, because those things have never been healed, right? So a few things that I want to share with you this evening. We began in the Spirit Seekers Society with our first monthly live masterclass, superclass, about abundance, and unraveled some beautiful things. And no, I don't come from the normal way of talking about abundance, as you see in many of the spiritual teachers' arenas. So we started with abundance. We finished last year with a workshop of healing and forgiveness. And because of the intenseness of that workshop, it will be repeated this year, only it is going to be a course. It's not going to be a workshop. It will be a course to attend, because as the ladies who attended found, it is very intense, it's very deep, and a couple of hours excuse me, just doesn't or didn't work. The other thing is our next super class is around slave or master. Are you master of the place of where you work, where you choose to work, or your business? Are you master in your life, or are you slave? And this is going to be a really interesting super class. So that's going to be held, as we do, on the first Tuesday of each month in the Spirit Seekers Society. And I'm really looking forward to that, to see what you discover, what you unravel. Other news that I've got for you is that I am delighted to have been invited to present a meditation followed by a spiritual question and answer time at a magnificent venue in Perth. Well, on the outskirts of Perth, actually. And I'm thrilled for that. So some of my Eastern Staters, you might like to fly over, and perhaps we can carry on for a couple of days after that. At the moment, it's looking like it'll be in late April. I'm not going to go much further with that until it is confirmed, but I'm very thrilled to have been invited to be their presenter and be their guide for meditation and spiritual question and answering time. It's going to be a great night. And then the other thing is, I did something really awesome this afternoon. This is a quill, and I wrote with it. Now, I'm left-handed, so if any of you know what it's like when you get a left-hander's writing, quite often drags the ink across the page. So can you imagine what it's like as a left-hander with a quill? It is a beautiful quill. And I wrote with it today. And you know why? Because I've just started the initial work on the book that I am to be scribe for the Archangel Gabriel. It's been my hesitation, thinking, dangerous area. How is a left-hander going to write with a quill? This is what he wanted. And I did it. So isn't it stunning? And I am excited to be doing that and to have that coming forward. Stunning piece. I was at a surprise for you, Lisa. Yeah, what? That's right. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Tanya, thanks, Michelle. What the quill can tell a couple of stories, do you mean, Lisa? Thanks, Nicole. Love the loves. Thanks, Jackie. It is very exciting. And setting up the chapters, setting up how it's going to roll, what it was called, its lead line was really exciting. Yeah, well, we'll see. It is beautiful, isn't it, Jane? Stunning. And it's funny how it even came to be after the visit with Archangel Gabriel, which I will say was a little while ago. I said, well, you best bring me the quill. You want me to write with a quill, with one of your feathers, you best bring it. So I have been waiting for that. And funnily enough, I went to an event in the Perth Hills that I didn't plan on going to. I hadn't got it in my calendar. And I was walking around with a purpose, not anything to do with me. I was participating in saving Perth Hills from massive development. And I was going around to all the stall holders, and I came across this lady's stall, and it was actually bags that caught my attention. And then I happened to turn around, and there were these quills, and I went, oh my gosh. I was looking at them, and she said, I've got a whole box more. And she brought the box out. This was the first one she took out of the box. And I said, that's the one. I don't know if you can see the colors, but that's the one. And she said, oh, what about this one? What about this one? I said, no. This is the one. This is it. So today I went, well, what's your hesitation, Gwenda? Let's see what kind of mess you can make being a left-hander. And I was very impressed. And I'll also tell you what was written was a message from God direct about my injury and the recovery. And that's going to lead me into where we're going tonight. When I woke up this morning, my whole physical self was buzzing with an incredible energy, and an energy that I know all too well. And I thought, well, my goodness me, it's time. So I did a practice that I've not talked about before. It's something that I do myself. Alignment. Title. I'm not telling, Kim. Not telling. That's as much information as you're going to get. Yes, it is so beautiful, Tanya. You're right. Oh, thank you, Jackie. You're so sweet. Yeah, I'm super excited, Lisa. Kim Jane's asking for the title, and that's what I'm laughing at, saying, no, you're not having anything else other than that. Where was I? Yes. So bringing aliveness. So when you wake up in the morning, do you actually bring aliveness into your body? And I'm not going to expand on that. I'm going to let you think about that. So I went through my practice of bringing aliveness into the body, and I have been on fire all day. This is the best I have felt since the incident, and the most I have felt of being the self that I know myself to be in this lifetime. Do you ever talk about that to yourself? Do you truly know the self that you are in this lifetime? We use the word myself and I such a lot. But what do we actually mean? And what do we know of ourself? So it's a good question. So I am delighted to be back. 2 nights ago, I have now got quite a ding in my head. So there's quite a scoop here. And I said, well, I'm not happy with that. I don't want a big dent in my head. And I will admit to you, I was concerned about my brain. So I'd gone looking, see what's, feel it, Jackie, see what was there. All good. But I don't want this dent in my head. So the other night, 2 nights ago, my right hand is my hand that drives the energy when I do healing, when I'm receiving messages and checking energy. The left hand, which happens to be, as I said, I'm left-handed, is my dominant, what is called dominant hand. This is my receiver of divine energy. And this one, the right hand, gives it. Now, the other week, I used my crystal wand on a couple of clients. I'm laughing with love, truly, because it just lights me up and lights my heart up. They both jumped on the table like, oh, when I used the wand, and both of them said, what was that you stuck in me? It felt like it was on fire. I thought you were sticking a red hot poker in me. I was using my crystal wand that I generate the energy through with this hand, and their responses were amazing. So, and it does make me laugh. So with this divot in my head, I went, right, I want to fix this. So I place my driving hand over this and then the other one here, as I would with you if you were with me. Well, the heat, the vibration was intense. So that was 2 nights ago. And then the night before last, was it last night? Last night and the night before, that was the same night, I couldn't go to sleep until witching hour, which made me laugh as well. So here we are today, and everything is really different. It is just amazing. All of this is available to you. It really is. Whether I am your conduit for it, or whether you choose to learn to be your own conduit and bring that flow of your own divinity and God's divinity through you. And that, back to the words of the song, I don't need to see the road to believe it. I don't need to see that Archangel Gabriel stands with me as I talk to you for me to believe it. I don't need to see some kind of proof. Never have. All things and all truth becomes known. Nothing in this world, nothing and no thing can ever be kept from you unless you block it. But whether it is from some external being, whether it is from what's called the darkness, whether it is from the divine, no thing and nothing can be hidden from you. It is all there to be seen. It is up to how much you are willing to receive. So when you have a healing or you have a reading, do you place your demands, your expectations, your perceptions onto that? Or do you open and let it flow? When you have a block in the body, and that's where we're going tonight, when you have a block in the body, it is because there is something that you're not willing to see, and maybe there's a part of you that's not ready to see it. And there is a difference. If we've been in a really difficult relationship with ourselves, or with another person, or with another person in an intimate relationship, or even in the workplace, because of the way we carry the hurt, we can actually choose to not see it because we're not ready to face it, because we're not ready to really acknowledge the pain and everything else that may be intertwined with that. So it could be around, I'm going to have to look at acceptance of them accepting me. I don't want to do that. That might hurt. I'm going to have to look at, I knew that wasn't working and I didn't walk away, or I don't want to look at that. So we protect ourselves. And that's what it means by being ready to really see what the pain is really about, because pain is simply a block. It is simply an energy block. So willingness, when you are willing to see, then you have to also be ready. You can be as willing as you like, but if you're not ready, you will block it, right? So you get in your own way. So when you're willing without any kind of restriction, then everything will be seen. But I am going to say to you, it takes bravery, it takes courage when we want to look at ourselves and be really, really authentic with ourselves and say, so what is this self that I am this time in this life? Oh, look at that over there. Oh, I'm not going to look at that. Oh, no, it's all the time. And run away. You might say that's willingness about that much. And then next time you're prepared to sit and go, oh, I might listen a little bit more. So it's willingness about that much. But real willingness is there are no that muches. Real willingness is I'll take it on the chin and I'll wear it. Then I will sort it. That's my motto. I'll take it on the chin and then I'll sort it. What do you do? How willing are you? Are you really ready to look at what is that pain? What is that thing? What is that addiction? What is that habit? Are you really ready to look at it? Yes, Nicole, talking my language, girl. Absolutely. Oh, you suggest a title. Thank you, Kim. Feather upon a note of our Gwenda's Gabriel's top. Oh, that's gorgeous, Kim. Thank you. Sandy Martin, hello, sweetheart. What a lovely surprise. Good on you, Tanya, and be prepared to really talk to yourself about the self that you are being in this lifetime. There's many of you. Yeah, you'll all be surprised. There is many selves in this lifetime, just as you've had many bodies in this lifetime. But what's your relationship with your current body? What was your relationship with your body when you were 6? What was your relationship with your body when you were 13? What was your relationship with your body if you're 25, assuming you're all over 25? Believe in a line with that in the term. Yeah, they're great words, Nicole, but the path to get there is not quite so easy. It's all very excellent. Yep. And yeah, speaking my language again, Nicole, excellent. Hard to get out of control of our lives. Michelle. Oh, that's gold, darling. That's gold. Oh, beautiful. Sandy, you saw it. That's lovely. Yes, I do. I do love it too. I think it's just gorgeous. Look at that little crown or royal symbol there. Willingness to let it be. Yeah. So Michelle said it's hard to let go, right? That's the first part of her comment. It's hard to let go, and that says it all. Of control of our lives. That's the second part, and that's the most important. Well, yes, Lisa and Michelle, you two can sit in the same room and I'll give you both the same coloured crayon so you can't argue about it, and we would have so much fun. We'll have to get Michelle to come on over here. The question to ask yourself when it's hard to let go is to really know, what is that? What is it that you can't let go of or you find hard to let go? And then the control part. What is that about? What is it that you want to control? Aren't you controlled enough? Have a look around you. Is that where your sense of control comes from? Do you really think you can control your life? Do you really think you are in control of your life? There's something for you to think about. And the reason I put that to you is because of the question, what is it you fear that you feel you need to have control? And what is it you want control of? You girls need to write about this. What is it that you want control of? And be honest with yourself. No one else is going to see it unless you send it to me. But what is it that you want control of, and why? How do you feel that is going to make a difference to your life? And I'm just going to put it out there. Control suffocates the soul. There you go. Control suffocates and delineates the soul. Now, your soul did not come to this lifetime for that. Yes, what am I scared of? That's right, Lisa. Definitely not easy. Yeah, absolutely, Nicole. And when you master it, it's a breeze, an absolute breeze. That is not to say, now there is a difference between it being a breeze to live this life versus perfection. This world is not about perfection, as we all know. However, as a soul, you are perfect. So if this world was about perfection, why would you come here? Begs the question, doesn't it? So one thing to give you a hint about what can your body tell you about the self that you are in this life. Are you ready? Are you ready for a ride? So let's have a look at people who say, oh, I don't eat sugar, I don't like sweet things, and they won't eat sweet things. The question is, what is it about life that you can't accept or are not willing to accept the sweetness of life? So for everyone who doesn't like sweet things, won't eat sweet things. Now, I'm not talking about, living in a daily space of having loads of sugar. That's a no. That's an absolute no for the health of the physical body. But for people who deny themselves any kind of sweetness, any kind of sweet food, then the question that is begged of that is, what is your issue with accepting the sweetness of life? What is it you don't trust? Because what do sweet things do? They give you a good feeling. They send you on a high and then you go crash, but they take you up and up. So what is it you don't trust about something that's sweet? Is it too good to be true? Is it too sweet to be true? And then there are the people that love bitter foods, won't have much else, but on their plate there's got to be bitter foods. Now, What is that about? What is it that drives a want for bitterness? Where is bitterness being hidden in the spirit, in the physical body? What is it that's brought a state of bitterness that needs to be reminded? You need to remind yourself of bitterness and just what that gives you. What's that sensation that bitterness gives you? These are really important questions. Linda Gold, good evening. Glad you made it, sweet. Kim Jane, day, the most beautiful day of the exquisite pouring of love between my dad and I through song. That's beautiful, Kim Jane. Congratulations, and I'm very pleased to hear that for the connection between you and your dad. It's wonderful. He will see things differently now. Now that he's on the other side and he has finished his transition, he will see things very differently. So you can bank on his support now. You can bank on his love, and that's through your love. So well done, Kim Jane, well done. So let's have a look and see. Do you find it hard to be able to have that alignment, that connection with your body, to know what it is, that the message that it's bringing to you? Do you find it hard to hear the guidance of your higher self from your guides? Do you find it hard to connect with angels? So I'm going to have a little scan here, but if you want to, I'm going to open the door for you to put one word apart, a body part of you, or a symptom. So if, for example, you get a lot of reflux, just put reflux, indigestion reflux. If it is constant tightness in the joints or a particular joint, put tightness, left hip or whatever. So I'm going to welcome you if you want to, and in the meantime, me and my crew are going to take a little snoop at you and see what your body is holding and what that is about for you. Now, you're going to need to trust this. You're going to need to open to willingness and being willing to let the road unravel and accept what comes through for you from your body. And then what you can do afterwards is place your hands on that part of you and talk to it. Ask it to tell you more about what the feeling is. What is the block? And you can simply say that. What is this block? Now, the hard bit is your mind will get in the way. Oh, don't be silly. It's not that. It couldn't be that. That's ages ago. Oh, I'm over that. Well, that's your mind that is not helpful, and it is not wanting to help you. So you ask it to be quiet, and you ask your soul to step forward. You can ask your spirit. I would rather you ask your soul to step forward, or if you wish, you can ask your guides to bring it through. Now, a key way to know that it is your guides, your higher self, your soul answering you, is it's quiet and it's gentle, right? Knee inflammation. Michelle. Overheating. Kidneys, heat, heart. It's funny, Sandy, fatigue right here. Heart. Tanya. Kelly. Sandy. Michelle. Lisa. Right foot, second time, big toe. tight chest, and Jane, jaw, cord attachments, heart. Ash, trigger finger. Is the trigger finger the index finger? Okay, thank you all. Let me tune in and bring forward the insights for you. For Jean, this misalignment with the jaw is stemming from neck, and it actually comes from a neck injury, and even if we go right back to birth, which is not something you're going to recall, but there is areas of the vertebrae in your neck that are also not aligned. This is not just the jaw, Jean. This goes right through to also the formation of the bones in your skull. It's just that for you, the prominence appears because the teeth don't join up, as you say, but the prominence, you're able to feel it in the jaw. In fact, it is a complete out of alignment throughout all the bones of the skull, right down into the vertebrae of the neck. This began at birth. It was also the way that you were handled when you were new. As you've gone through life, and this has never been corrected, the area energetically that has been blocked around here is around your ability to feel that you could speak with ease and feel comfortable. Now, this area is also related closely to the heart and to the third eye and the crown, and particularly for you around the crown. So, Jean, a lot of being out of alignment with your crown, therefore with your alignment to the divine, alignment to the divinity within yourself. Quite a big picture for this, Jean. Sandy, with your heart, this is around forgiveness for you. It's more around forgiveness to yourself, Sandy, over quite a period of time ago, and it's also relevant to the birth of one of your children, where there was a time there where you were not happy in the relationship you were in and really weren't ready or wanting to have another child. So this 3. So this comes down to forgiveness to yourself around the arrival of that child, and also being in a relationship that you wanted to leave and you didn't. And then also in friendships, even in recent years, you've not listened to your heart, to yourself. And there's a lot of need of forgiveness and more transparency with yourself, Sandy, around what it is for you to be able to trust other people's love, but it comes back to you trusting your own love. Nicole, heart, Nicole, this is really interesting with your heart, because you put your heart in a gilded cage in your early 20s. And even though you've been doing a lot of work and you've made considerable progress, this gilded cage comes back in and you lock the door as soon as there is any warning that you feel and you do trust your feelings very well, but there's a warning. So you will lock that cage again. The issue with your heart is it's not able to feel expanded enough, and you're not stepping into the expansion. And it also comes down for you to be able to trust your heart, yourself, not so much around others. It is your trust of you and being able to release others that have caused you hurt before. With Kelly, fatigue and the right hip. Kelly, bashing into yourself. So really coming up against yourself with a sense of your direction in yourself, feeling like you're really dragging weights, chains along with you, holding yourself back. And this has actually been an off-on process for you for 6 years. So now it's affecting your hip, and your hips are all about being able to have that openness in that root chakra, and your openness to be able to walk forward in your own sacredness. So there's work for you, Kelly, around your own alignment with your sacredness and your willingness, there's that word again, your willingness to let go of what's been and move forward. Tanya, your heart, there's too much heat in your heart, Tanya. There's actually inflammation in the bag around your heart, the myocardium. So the muscle outside in the chest. You've also got heat in the intercostal muscles between the ribs. Tanya, there's an inflammation here. So inflammation is when we're not able to express something that is an irritant, something that has irritated you, and it's gone straight to your heart. So Tanya, we ask you to take the time to really be honest with yourself about your heart and the feelings and things you've gone through in only the last few years. And then there's quite a gap where you have blocked out issues around your heart. So that's emotions and feelings around your heart. It's also time for you to be able to open up more, again, your own truth, and being really truthful with yourself around how you're feeling and what's in there. There is now and again, I'm getting flutters, as if they butterfly flutters, like angina, tachycardia with you, Tanya. Please attend to this with your heart. You know where I am if you want extra help. Michelle, this knee inflammation, again, inflammation, irritation. The knees are about stubbornness, and the knees are about being stuck in the ego. So I think, oh, Michelle, darling Michelle, it is very much relevant to what you wrote earlier about control and letting go. So sit with your knee, sit out in nature with your knee, place both hands around it, and just quietly ask, what is it that I am being stubborn with? Or what is it I will not let go of, that I want control of? And see what comes forward for you with a real willingness to let it go. So stubbornness and the ego all wound up in that. Now, also, Michelle, there is some energetic cords wrapped around this knee. And I'm going to say to you that this has come, it's like someone has lassoed you, and you can have done this yourself. So when I say someone, it can have been yourself, but there is a lasso effect around your knee, and it is like a bungee rope, so pulling you back forwards. This has got family written all over it. This has got past issues, and I have a brother as coming in here as an issue of someone who is holding on tight. And there needs to be peace. Let go with some spoken words. So not all of this inflammation is directly yours, Michelle. It's actually something that has been sent out energetically. So you can ask for all energy that is in your knee that is not yours, it be released and returned to its rightful owner. Don't just release it, right? Lisa with overheating and hot flushes. Kidneys. When the kidneys carry too much heat and then it ricochets off to the liver, these tend to work in tandem. And there's also heat in your bowel as well. So there's too much heat in your whole system overall, Lisa. Energetically, emotionally, and the block around that is to ask yourself, what is it that you have carried heat, anger, frustration with in your life ever? And you may find that you have a series of times that come up and you'll need to work through each one of those separately. Now, you did the healing and forgiveness workshop. I really, really implore you to go back to the workbooks and get into that. Dig deep into that. Michelle, you did the workshop too. So you girls have got the workbooks. Please go back and use them and really dig deep from your heart, not from your mind. So we're back around honesty and truth with yourself. There's nothing to fear, nothing to be afraid of. It's only the ego that will bring stuff up that makes you feel inadequate or brings up a fear for you. There's nothing to fear when you are facing yourself. Don't be scared of yourself. Ask your soul to step forward. If your ego can scare you, oh my gosh, how do you manage when you go shopping? There's bigger things to be scared of out there, you know, if you want to put it in that perspective, right? So really work through your welcome. Jean, welcome. Tanya, Kelly, Sandy, Nicole, very welcome. So left hand, okay, thanks. Oh, hi, Joe. Okay, yep. When the kidneys carry too much heat in them, kidneys are also around fear. So Lisa, dig deep and really have a look at where you were triggered in feeling fearful. What frightened you? What have you been fearful of? And let yourself be willing and open to investigate that. As I said, for everyone, don't fear yourself. Never fear what it is that you're feeling. The feeling is there for an experience. You know, all of you know, I don't say that something happened to me with this incident recently. I had an event. I had an incident. But I've spent these weeks not only healing, but finding what can be unraveled, what expansion can I take from that. And I'll tell you straight up front, it's been dark on some days. It's been, challenging. So looking at yourself is the greatest thing you can do, and talk to yourself. Jackie, right foot, second toe and big toe. Jackie, you're going to be surprised at this. Your right side is said to be relevant to the masculine side of yourself, like the yin and yang, you know, feminine, masculine. Jackie, what is it that you are being resistant about? Are you resisting other people's resistance? Are you resisting being able to accept where other people are, truly accept? It's one thing to say these things, but it's a whole other thing to really accept that this is where they're at and you can't do anything about it. So Jackie, it's around resistance and acceptance of others, right? And then you're really holding on with your big toe and second toe. So you've got some work to do there, my girl. And truly, everyone, when I have a chuckle, it's not always me. It's not always me having a laugh. You know, do bring in my team, and they do have a good sense of humor. It is never, ever a laugh at you, right? Never. The two ghosts that appeared on the balcony when I was asked to urgently go and help this couple one day last week, which was a story I was going to share with you, these ghosts thought if they stood out on the balcony, I wouldn't be able to see them. I laughed my head off, and this couple had no idea what I was laughing at. And I said to these pair of ghosts, I'm going to call you L-plate ghosts because you obviously are on L-plates. And I laughed heartily, but I'm not laughing at them in a judgmental way or a malice, ever. Please know that. Ashley, index finger, the pointer, pointing at people, and then you've got 4 pointing back at yourself. So left hand, very much around direction, very much around wanting to be able to point yourself clear for yourself. So this irritation is what I get with this index finger with you, Ashley, is an irritation. Who do you want to point at, Ashley? Who do you want to point at and put your finger in their face and go, you know what? Is it yourself or is it someone else? So you need to have a little look at that finger and ask yourself, who do I want to go and point my finger at? And, put them on the spot. That's what's irritating you. That's what's annoying you in this finger. You do need to be mindful of your joints, Ashley. You have got a predisposition there for arthritic calcification. Can be cleared. It's not something you have to have. And, yeah, Tanya, they're gone. Send them on their way. You're welcome, Jackie. Last week. Right. Tanya, I wrap your heart up in the biggest hug, love, and you tonight. That's wonderful. You're welcome, Ash. Wonderful to have that release. And now it's time to really address the feelings. It's time to really address what's been held there. Where was I going? Ashley. Oh, I know. Joe with knee not being fully cleared, right knee is still not cleared. Yes, Tanya. Ashley, by the way, don't be stubborn, and you don't have to talk about it to anyone else. You don't have to share if you don't want to. Yeah, same, Jackie. Same deal, love. So, Joe, with your knee. I've got some calcification pieces that have actually come away. So you've got the body's trying to rid itself of these fine, like gravel, Joe. So really fine pieces of calcified bone, even calcified tendon pieces. Yeah, like something was trying to grow itself around the tendon. So your body is actually trying to dissipate that, suck it up and get rid of it. But on an emotional, on an energetic level, need you to really spend some time visiting your relationship with your dad when you were younger. And also, Joe, your first encounter with love, of like a relationship love, your very first encounter. No matter how brief, because there is stuff that you've carried forward from there. So very much around having a look at your relationship with your dad, more so around your early teen years and adolescent time. The word wanting not to disappoint is what comes forward. So also looking at yourself now and being really honest with yourself around being very proud, not from the ego sense, but being very proud of yourself. So Joe, checking in with not wanting to disappoint. And this is relevant to your dad. And then there is also some issues for you to look at in your very first love relationship and see where you sit with that. Now, all of these things, everyone, beautiful people, these things are something for you to spend time with. Please honor your soul and give yourself time to sit with this. Don't think that you can just come up with an answer in 5 minutes, because there are other things that will come in the way that will be brought forward by the ego part of you, by the earthly part of you. It's like, I've got this, you're okay. Let me get you to look at this over here. So be patient with yourself, be kind, and give yourself time. And I come back to the willingness and the readiness. So if you find that you're not really ready to be that open, you're not really ready to let this go, then own it. Own it. But own it and say, but I will come back to it. And make sure you do. How many times do you let yourself down by saying, I'm going to see to that, and you don't? Or I'm going to look at that later, and you don't? These things are all really important when it comes to self-healing and when it comes to your alignment, okay, with everything. So look at that. There we are. We've come to further upon a note. We've come to that time of the night. So thank you all very much for being with me this evening. It's lovely to see every one of you. Thank you for your trust in having these messages come through for you. And for having, hopefully you had some laughs. Tanya, I hope that your heart feels a lot lighter tonight, and that you will give yourself the time to fill it with love and compassion. No, I'm sorry, Kim Jane. It was about a body part, and I didn't see anything come through from you about a body part, love. Oh, that's beautiful, Karen Mack. I'm very excited, and thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed tonight's wisdom. You're welcome, Lisa, always. And to you, Jackie, pleasure. Joe, thanks for being here. Kelly, yeah, love, much love to all of you. Thank you very much. And remember, other people can come join us. So if you know of anyone you want to share the links with them, go right ahead. And, you know, if it's not right for them, they won't stay, and that's fine. And Sandy Martin, fantastic to have you join us this evening. I hope you come back again. Yeah. Oh, beautiful, Tanya. Beautiful. Much healing light to you, love. Much healing. You're welcome, Jean. And Nicole, fantastic surprise to see you here. You're very welcome. God bless everyone. Good night.